So October was an incredibly busy month for me, and I don't think I was able to upload any videos at all. But I'm hoping life has calmed down a little bit. And today I wanted to demonstrate a really practical spread if you are struggling to get detail, depth, and that nuance to a tarot reading that can take a tarot reading from quite generic and fuzzy to absolutely spot on. So I should be demonstrating that spread. If you want to have some more information, don't forget, shameless plug, but it has to be done. I have published a book. You can buy this direct from my website, in which case I will sign the copy for you. You can also buy it from Amazon, which may be easier if you're outside of the UK. And Amazon also has an ebook. There's lots of information here. There's no pictures. So if you have your own deck, my concept was you didn't need pictures. So if you're looking for a fun and personal way to understand the cards, do grab yourself a copy. So we've only got 78 cards. I say that. 78 cards. And yet this deck is capable of reflecting every single human experience. So that is why we often need more than one card to add the detail, to add the depth. As an example, if I just take the cards away for a moment, if I say to you the color blue, we're both thinking of blue, but we could be thinking about colors that are almost completely separate. To really understand which blue I'm thinking about, I'm going to have to add some detail. So now I could say light sky blue. Suddenly we're both in the same area. Or I could mention deep dark blue or royal navy blue. So it's adding the descriptions to the color blue that allow you to really get the detail of what it is I'm thinking about. So as usual, when I teach, I'm going to shuffle and read live for myself and describe the spread and how it works. So when I shuffle, it's really important, I think, that you really focus on whatever it is you want to know about. I'm just going to do a reflective spread. How am I doing right now? I think this is a 4-card spread. I think it's really helpful to work with questions like, how am I doing right now? What do I need to know right now? What should I do right now? And then you can always add the detail in about my marriage, about my work, about my personal life, etc. But I'm going to keep it open. I'm just going to ask, what do I need to know about my life right now? And if it's timing, you add that into the spread. I've put right now. You could say for the next 3 months, this week. So you can be really specific with your question. So I am going to demonstrate the spread based on the what do I need to know about my life right now? So just shuffling. Now I cut the deck entirely. I think you do something that works for you. You follow someone else's rules. I can 3 and just bring it back. And then I take the cards from the top. You'll note I don't read reverses. I like to look at the card the right way up. And to me, I add other cards to give the detail and nuances. So the first card is the card that really reflects where I am right now in my life. And it's the Ace of Cups. Woohoo, that's love. Excellent. I've had a bit of a tough month. I've been getting a lot of 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands, all that. So it's rather nice to see the Ace of Cups. That is love. See, love, it's a big word. Does that mean I am in love? Sadly not, but does it mean that I'm focusing on self-love? Does it mean that I am reaching out to spend time with family or friends? It's love, it's an open heart, but there's no more detail there. So with this spread, what you're going to do is you're now going to pull cards 2 and 3 that will go either side and give you the extra detail about this card. Okay, so all 3 cards are now about the same question, but this, if you like, is and the card of the description. This is why I love tarot. Four of Wands. Four of Wands is home and hearth. Oh, it can be. I mean, I never like to define a card, but classically it's home and hearth. One of the interesting things about this in the Rider-Waite deck is this little bridge here is only in one other card, and it's in the Five of Cups. I knew it would get personal. I've been, I've been struggling with a bit of depression the last month. I'm going to be really honest. When I get depressed, I tend to work. I tend to avoid all household chores. You can tell how my mental state by how untidy and messy the house is. Actually, I have been going through the rooms one by one and cleaning and tidying, and I've got to the point where I'm enjoying it, and I'm using it as a way to feel better about myself, and it's working. So now we're talking about more self-love and focused very much on the home, which is absolutely spot on. So the second card is to sort of better understand this dynamic. The Nine of Cups is the wish card. Oh, I can't tell you how glad I am to get away from the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Devil, and all of those things. The Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups is what we want. The Ten of Cups is love and happiness and joy. It's, it's that one of those beautiful cards. The Nine of Cups is that feeling of, I may not have everything I want in my life, but I'm going to act as if I have. And that's definitely what I've been doing with the house. I had been quite depressed about it. We rent, it's very damp, it can be quite complicated to run as a home. And I'd got really into the, oh, poor me stage. Whereas now I am much more in the, right, how are we going to make this work? Let's tidy, let's declutter, let's act. It is a good house. There is much that I am blessed with. So I've moved much more into the, let's make the most of this, which, is coming from a sense of, I'm going to love myself enough to make the best of it. So we can see now that the first card is love, very simple, unconditional love, heart chakra, free flowing emotions, whatever you want to do. And if I was reading for a client and I said, oh, there's been a lot of connection with love at the moment, really feeling the flowing emotion of the heart chakra. If someone was saying that to me, I'd probably go, yeah, no, I'm single. I'm not, I love my kids. That's no, I don't think you do me as enough. But if somebody said, I can see there's a lot of love around the home, a lot of kind of, trying to be positive, be great, trying to pour love into your home, like, yeah, that's nailed it. That's spot. Bottom of the pack. I mean, arguably, before you shuffle, you can define whatever you want this card to be. For me, I usually describe it as something you need to know. I usually describe it as sort of something that's will help you to better understand this spread, but isn't necessarily about this spread. Now, I love the Two of Swords. It is a card of confidence and power. I love the little feet sticking out there. This isn't passive, this is strong passive. But the problem with the Two of Swords is that if you stay in it too long, it becomes an addictive passive. It becomes avoidance. And I definitely, in October, life was complicated for various reasons. And I just threw myself into work, basically. I didn't really see people socially. I stopped doing the walking. All the things that I like to do, I kind of stopped doing them. And the Two of Swords, I think, is acknowledging that passivity. And these three cards then suggesting how I am in the process of coming out of it. And so that's it. I would give it a go. It's incredibly powerful spread. I use it. This is the main way that I read all the time. If you go back over my other spreads, you'll see very often I do the three cards for the past up to this point, the three cards for the present, advice included, and the three cards for energy coming in. And the reason I have the three cards is that's how I'm reading. The first card I pull out, which may not always be, I may not always put it in the middle, but the first card that I always pull out of each of the 3 rows, that is my, I think of it as color. That is my flavor. That is the essence of that mini spread. And the 2 cards then define and add the detail. And I think the reason, that so many of my clients go, God, you were spot on, is it's because I take the time to read usually 3 cards where I could just have 1. And this is why I don't really use the Celtic cross. To me, it just doesn't allow me to go into the nuances and the detail. 1 card isn't enough. The 2 cards either side give the added detail. So I hope you have found that helpful. I will unashamedly put my book back into the shot. My life seems to have settled down again. Thank goodness for that. And I'm hoping to be sharing back here regularly again because I have missed it and I quite enjoy it. If you want to work with me, I teach regularly on Zoom. I do a tarot topics each month, which is all recorded. So if you hate Zoom, what you'll get is you'll get a private YouTube video of about an hour the next day, and you can watch it in privacy or you can join us live. And for next year, I am looking to rerun my tarot for beginners, tarot reader skills, and probably do something on being a tarot pro as well. So head to my website if you'd like more information. There's loads there, including loads and loads of free resources. And I hope to be back next week.